manufactured pills and tablets are in the physician's desk reference. So, and if you take any prescription medicine nowadays on the labels, they'll actually have a description of the pill itself. It's updated every year. Over-the-counter analgesics can be harmful sometimes if they're taken in excess or combined with other medications or alcohol. A few of the medications I'm on, I'm not supposed to have any alcohol. I don't drink, but it says do not consume alcohol while taking this medicine. Okay, so it can, if people, it can cause a reaction, which is not good. Okay. All right, so how do we test for drugs? All right, well, post-mortem, you can look at the blood, the urine, the hair, gastric contents, all these things. The vitreous humor of the eye is like this liquid or jelly substance in the eye. They'll stick the needle in the eye and extract some of it. Okay. Just we talked about the PDR. Okay. These are some slang names for drugs in the body, and it's pretty interesting reading through them. I'm not going to go over them too much here. But, if you hear these names out there, be careful, okay? Don't do drugs, okay? Drugs are bad. All right. So how we test for drugs, we look at screening tests or presumptive tests, and the most common one is a spot or a color test. And basically what they do is they will have this little well, and they'll put the, they'll put a sample of the stuff they want to sample in each well, and then add a chemical to it, or water first and then a little chemical into it, and how they react and the color tests the colors they turn will determine the drugs. Okay, so we can go over that. We'll go over that later. All right. In chromatography, it's thin paper chromatography, and that can be found on page 187 and 188 in your textbook. Okay, so a screening or a presumptive test essentially says that a particular drug might be present, or a general group of drugs is present. So they're easy, they're relatively inexpensive, and they're quick to do. A confirmatory test says, hey, yes, this drug is present, and here's what it is. Okay. So all right, so yes, a screening or presumptive test only tells when the drug is positively present. Confirmatory tests tell the drug that is positively present. And again, screening tests are easier, cheaper, and quicker to use. All right, so presumptive color test. So a Marquise test will turn presence in the, turn purple in the presence of most opiums, and it will turn orange-brown with amphetamines. The Dille-Compagnie test will turn violet-blue with barbiturates. The Duquesnoy-Levine will turn purple color with marijuana. The Van Eyck will turn like it's bluish purple in the presence of LSD. And the Scott test will turn blue in the presence of cocaine. Chromatography, again, you'll have a mobile phase that will flow past a stationary phase, and I'm not going to worry too much about this with you guys. But here are the different types, and here are the different results. So the stationary phase is the thin layer of coating on a sheet of plastic or glass, and the mobile phase will be the liquid solvent. Tension factor is the number that represents how far a compound travels in a solvent. If two match or two are the same, it's a match. Okay. Confirmatory test spectroscopy is looking at the electromagnetic radiation, and they use a spectrophotometer. You guys did this in the CSI virtual lab, and these would be the results. Okay, so these are the different graph results for ethanol, acetaldehyde, and acetic acid. And the infrared spectrometry will absorb lights in infrared, and then they compare these results to a reference to confirm an unknown identity, or to confirm an identity of an unknown substance. In mass spectrometry, again, did this in the CSI virtual lab. So the mass spectra, each species or molecular species will have its own mass spectrum. So right up here at the top is aspirin, and this is acetaminophen. Both are painkillers, but as you can see, the graphs are different. They will identify pure substances. They're great, and they have a catalog of knowns to help you with that. So that's chapter 7. Oh, sorry. All right, so how do drugs affect the mind and body? All right, well, this was an experiment where spiders were given different substances, and then their web building techniques were recorded. So this is a drag-free spider, great web. Okay, this one right here, mescaline, and this one was exposed to LSD. As you can see, the web looks totally different. Marijuana, very haphazard, very caffeine, all over the place, which would be typical of a stimulant. Benzodrine or speed, as you can see, very, very wild, and sleeping pills. So, yeah. So, drugs are not good. And physically on the human body, these are not good. It can cause vein damage, okay? Blood clots, ruptures, kidney damage, heart attack, stroke, okay? It can kill you. Violence, okay? HIV or AIDS. This is pneumonia related from HIV. Hepatitis. You get yellow cysts and swollen and pale and speckled liver. And then birth defects. Okay, so these are not all the physical conditions that can happen with drug use, but the purpose I want to make, guys, is just, don't do drugs, and your body will thank you. So have a good day, and I will see you later.